It is Ramadan, that means it's time for my yearly Ramadan reading list. Let's talk about what I'm reading this year. This year, Ramadan does kind of fall between 2 months, basically like the middle of Feb to the middle of March. So it's going to be a bit weird because normally I do my books month to month, but you know, it's going to be like in the middle, so half of them will kind of be read in Feb, the other half will be read in March. They will come up very weirdly in my recap posts on the Instagram, where you should also be following me. But let's get right into it. We're starting off big with the book that I am most excited to read, to be honest, and it is Islamic Liberation Theology. I have had my eyes on this book for like 3 months. I have been searching for this book, or at least trying to figure out if I should buy the book physically. I decided not to just because it's quite expensive physically. However, the author just kind of posted it on a website for people to read it. So I'm reading it through there. There's a PDF copy of it. And I'm really excited for this. Simply because I found this book because I watched a video by Michael Burns, who, good follow in my opinion, about liberation theology, or at least liberation theology was one of the major themes of the video. And I was like, I wonder if there's Islamic liberation theology. Liberation theology, and this is me basically going off the top of my head, is a more so Catholic theological political stance, particularly in South America, where theology can be used as a means to help people in the liberation journey. Again, this was completely off the top of my head. I was going to read you the actual definition, but I don't know, I'll put it on the screen if I decide that is a better thing to do in the post edit. But I was like, I wonder if there is a Islamic version of this. And then I went off and researched, and there was one book written by one guy on it, and it is this. So I've been stoked to read this. I've been like umming and ahhing about buying it physically, which is the main reason I didn't read it, simply because I like physical, but also, you know, it's so expensive as well, especially for these books that are very rare and have very few prints. This is one I'll probably read in the second half of the month, simply because I have an e-reader second hand that I got that hasn't arrived yet, and I need to get it onto the e-reader. So I'm gonna do that probably in the second half of the month. It looks like it's a pretty chunky book, so it might be quite the read for me, but I am very hyped to read it. The next book is Islam and Socialism. This book is actually one that I saw someone talk about on TikTok. The way they described it was that it wasn't, you know, the most pro-socialist book, and as someone who is a communist, I'm a bit interested in it, because like the guy didn't say, when I asked him how the book was, and the individual was like, well, it's not necessarily like an anti-socialism, anti-communism book, but it's not like some of the other readings, or at least my ideological thought process, in terms where I think the two are very much aligned. This book doesn't necessarily say that, although it says they're complementary, is what the person on TikTok was telling me. So I was like, okay, I'm trying to be a little bit more like challenging my ideas this year, you know, trying to read books from perspectives that I don't necessarily agree with. I started doing that towards the end of last year. So I was like, okay, you know what, let me pick this up. I think this is another one that I'll probably read in the second half of the month of Ramadan, where I'll just, you know, read it on my e-reader, because again, it's another one that it's a little bit more expensive to get physically, and I'm like, I can't justify that purchase. But yeah, I thought this would be one where it would challenge me, challenge my ideas perhaps a little bit, which is why I was like, you know what, actually let's try and pick this one up. The third book is the book club pick. That's actually not been picked yet as when we're recording this. This is between 2 books, which you see here. So the book club members will decide which one of these 2 books we will be reading in March. Again, it'll probably be a second half of Ramadan read then, just because March time. if you are interested in getting involved in picking the book, you can become a member from as little as £1 a month to get in on the book club tier. And you'll also get access to the movie club as well. So if you are interested, you can click join down below or on my channel. But the third book is the book club pick, which is yet to be decided, but you can influence, as I said. The next book we're going to be talking about is Butter by Asuko Yuzuki. This was a last minute substitution in. I took out another book I was planning on reading. I thought, you know what, let me just throw this in there as well, simply because I've not read a more serious fiction book in a little while, and I thought, let's try and put it in there. This, again, it might be a little bit of a yes or no. I need to double check some of the themes in there, just because there's some themes I'm thinking of trying to avoid reading during this month. But you know, I wanted something, and also it's a thriller as well, and I don't oftentimes read anything that's a bit thrillery, so I thought, okay, it might be a bit good to have in there too. This would probably be one that I read a little bit, a few pages every day. Probably would be one that spans the entire month, just because it is quite hefty, and also because I don't want to be reading. I kind of was thinking this month I would try and use it to prioritize non-fiction, so I thought I'd do that as well. Next up is another fiction book, The Impossible Fortune by Richard Osman. To be honest, I was planning on just dropping this series because as I went through the Richard Osman books, they got less and less good. Like, I read the one that I think is the start of a new series and I was like, this is a very bad book. And the Thursday Murder Club books were like fine books. They kind of went down in quality in my opinion. But I simply got this as an audiobook from BorrowBox, which, that sounded like I was going to do a sponsor read. I'm not. From BorrowBox, which is a app which works with your local library where you can borrow audiobooks to listen to. I think you can also borrow ebooks from there, but I can't seem to get them on my phone, so maybe it doesn't work on iOS, the ebook section of it, but I don't know, to be honest. I just couldn't, maybe I'm just dumb and I can't figure out how to do it, but you can definitely get audiobooks, and I got that as an audiobook, and it expires in like 2 weeks. Not even 2 weeks as of this coming out, in a week as of this video coming out, so I kind of need to listen to that. I usually listen to audiobooks when I'm in the gym or driving, so I will still be going to the gym, so I'm going to try and figure all that out as well. And the final book we're going to be talking about is Revolusi. I've mentioned this before in multiple videos, so I won't go into too much detail about it, but it is about the history of Indonesia and Indonesia post-colonialism especially as well, and during colonialism and the revolution obviously too. So this is one that I'm probably again going to be reading over the course of the month, so you know, for me, Ramadan starts tomorrow as me recording this, so I'm going to be starting it and reading a few pages every day, trying to get through it. It's a very long book. It might take me longer than the whole month to get through because it's quite a thick read, and today I'm trying to finish 2 books, which you will see reflected in my story graph, which you can also check me out on anyway in the description down below. That was an unplanned plug. Anyway, so this book has been very interesting to me. I've been wanting to learn more about Indonesian history for personal reasons, and I can't find many books on it. So if you know any, let me know. It might help me. It could help me with my learning of Indonesian as well. So let me know in the comments down below if you have any other Indonesian history books as well. I know a lot of Indonesia's politics conflicts with my personal own politics as well, but I think that makes it slightly more interesting as well for me to read. Again, this is one which I might struggle to finish within the month, especially as I think I've listed off like 6 or 7 books. Which I don't know if I'm going to get through all of them, but I'm going to endeavour to get through as many as I can, you know, trying to read more, watching less stuff as well, maybe this month as well, just, you know, bring the reading in. And also, obviously, it's Ramadan, I'm going to be reading, you know, more Islamic texts and stuff as well, so, you know, just trying to balance all of it there. But, you know, I've got at least 2 fiction books in there. Again, if there are other audiobooks that come up that I listen to, or other short, like, storybooks that I might read, obviously I will be doing that. But yeah, those are the books I am for sure at least starting to read over the next month. When I read them depends on scheduling and e-readers and getting all that other stuff. So yeah, it's a bit out there. But if you are fasting this year, best of luck. I wish you the best of luck. I hope it is a spiritual time for you, and even if you're not Muslim as well, I hope it's a good time for you, spiritual time for you. I hope only the best for you. If you are, and if you're not, let me know what you're reading over the next month or so in the comments down below. Like I said earlier on in the video, if you are interested in getting involved in selecting the book for the book club, which does happen at the end of the month, so the time this video comes out, that last week is when that will be announced, but obviously you can subsequent months as well. Anyway, you can join as a member from as little as £1 a month by hitting that join button down below or on my channel. Thank you to the members, because it's great. They get input into the book club, the movie club, they get additional content, they get to help mold the channel. So again, like I said, if that does interest you, you can hit join from as little as £1 a month. Thank you guys for watching. I think I shouldn't have had a second really big coffee before filming this, because my brain is all over the place. So I'm not going to be drinking coffee for a month at least, okay? So give me that. Give me that. Oh, I also had an energy drink. Oh, that makes so much sense. Okay. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share the video with a friend or family member. And hey. What do I usually say now? Oh, a really great book today.